Hello, everybody. It's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Here with your energy check in for the Twin Flame Collective. We are, um, it it feels a little challenging still. I gotta tell you, I don't pick sides ever in this collective, but to me, it really feels like the feminine, and this is not a side thing, it's just an observation that the feminine is very much struggling at this time. Okay, it's normal to see the masculine energy struggle, right? Because, typically 90% of the time, masculines don't know they're on this journey, don't really know what to do, don't know how to navigate through the connection and the feelings that they're having. But what's very interesting to me is that the feminine typically does, right? The feminine is aware of what's happening in the connection, what this connection is, and there are so many resources available to the feminine energy, but yet the feminine, the divine feminine today is in a big storm. She really is. She's in a very stormy energy, okay? She's in an energy where there's a lot of pain. There's a storm brewing. I don't even think it's brewing. I feel like it's out there. This is like the storm is not coming, the storm is here. And the storm is in her head. Then that storm, as it's percolating and moving through her head, starts to affect her heart space. And it ultimately affects her environment. And what we're getting here today is a feminine that is having a very hard time letting go of past behaviors, past situations, just the past in general. And there does feel a little bit of an energy to me that maybe perhaps she's a little bit in her ego as well, or her ego is bruised, or ego is in pain. Sorry, guys. I don't know if I got allergies or what's going on, but I got a little under the weather. But yeah, it just feels like she's guarded, she's defensive, she's got the tower. But she's like victoriously wanting to end her pain and end, it's like it's not in the end of I understand what the pain is and I understand what the pain was and what the lesson is and now I can move forward. The end of this pain and this understanding very much comes from a place like, you know what, I'm in my pride, I'm in my ego, I'm done. It's that kind of energy is what I'm getting. And so she's come up as the Queen of Swords, she's come up as the Queen of Wands, and she's come up as the Queen of Pentacles. The only queen that she's not showing herself as is the Queen of Cups, which is the queen who is in her heart space, okay? And so she's not in her heart space. She's very much in her head space, but in the shadow of her brain, the shadow of her head. Masculine energy, he sees her as the Queen of Swords. It is what it is, and that's who she is. She's showing up right away in her outer environment. She's showing herself as the Queen of Swords, and sure enough, that is exactly how he is perceiving her. And it's very interesting because the only other queen that came up for him in his energy is the Queen of Cups, but that came out with the Ten of Swords. And at first I was like, huh, is that like, was he like in his ego and dealing with some water sign? But I thought it was very interesting because the only queen that didn't come up here was the Queen of Cups because she's no longer wanting to be in her heart space. And what's very interesting is in that same line of Queen of Swords, we get the end, the Ten of Swords clarifying the Queen of Cups, which is telling me he knows that she is not in her heart space. She is not feeling him in her heart space, if that makes sense. Okay? It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. She's very much going through a tower moment, and her outer energy, where she's showing up right away, I'm the Queen of Swords, her bottom of the deck is the tower. And then she has the Tower again in her heart space, which shows me exactly why she is the Ten of Swords with the Queen of Cups here for him. But very much the energy of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is in his head and in his heart. And he's very much in this energy of knowing, like he's been knowing, but I think she's just done. Frankly, I understand the feminine's energy, but remember, feminines, that you are better advised, more advised about the connection, and that this is a journey of unconditional love, of self. And when you are in this pain and in this toxic energy because of your masculine, then you are not operating in unconditional love of self. And so you have to remember that, because this anger, this resentment, this storm, if you're not feeling angry or resentment, if the storm that you are feeling when you relate to your masculine is creating toxicity in the body of the feminine. It really is, in the spirit and in the soul of the feminine. And therefore, it shows me right away she's not in her heart space. She knows her masculine is. Her masculine is very much in his heart space. But I feel like she's in the energy of like, snooze, you lose. Too late, right? And so I get it. I really get it. But the feminine's got to learn this lesson, or else it's going to repeat for her. And so the lesson here is that this is about loving you, loving yourself. This is about moving away from the pain. If this is not a vibrational match for you at this time, then let him go with peace, with love. Do not let him go with hate, with anger, with resentment, because all of that starts to brew and manifest within you. Okay, so real quick, just want to remind everybody, I am doing the twin flame healings and blocks reading and session. Those are still available on my website. Now, I have to tell you, because it takes me a lot of back and forth with you guys, like when you guys are submitting your pictures, because remember, do not book the reading unless you share the pictures with me first. And then once I look at the pictures, I will tell you, yes, I will work with you, or no, I cannot. And again, look in my prior readings about why I decline. I'm not going to go through it and bore you guys again. But when I say yes, like especially because I go through several back and forth emails, like be prepared to book the session. So go on my website, look at the description, look at the price, look at all of that before I go through all of that energy and time with you, looking at the energy of your masculine, looking at the energy of the feminine, and asking for clearer pictures. And there's like 3, 4, 5 different blocks, and I'm not blocks, but exchanges. And so please, I want to make sure I'm respectful of your time, but please also be respectful of mine, because there have been several that have said, oh, hey, I want to do this and I want to book this, and then they don't book it. And it's because they probably, I just feel like it's they wanted for me to do the energy check for free. And that kind of is like, I don't like that energy, and I don't like that feeling. So forgive me for making that statement, but it very much, I am also intuitive. So it very much feels like, somebody wanted a free energy reading. And I'm happy to continue to read the energies, of those pictures for free for a period of time. I will do it, because I don't want to hurt the people that are doing this legitimately. So if you want to book the twin flame healing and blocks reading, the process is this, only for this service. Email me unfiltered, very clear pictures of yourself and your twin. Make sure I can see the eyes of each. They must be unfiltered. Send those pictures to me at queenoflight1111@gmail.com. I will look at those, and then I will respond back. For any other service, for a reading, for Akashic Records reading, a Twin Flame Energy check-in, for the extended reading, for a coaching session, you do not need to email me a picture. Just book the reading on my website at queenoflight1111.com. All right, that's enough of that. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for being here and following and liking and subscribing. Thank you to all of my Instagram followers for all of your constant support and your messages asking me when I'm going to post a reading. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go to Queen of Light 1111. That's my username. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and started with a theme, and I'm going to give you the advice last. The theme for the masculine today, look at this. This is very interesting. This energy here is a burden, 10 of Wands for him. What is the energy? The energy is one of belonging. The energy is one of being in tune with others. It's a number 11 card, okay? So if you look at this, he has music notes, he has a musical instrument, he has the yin yang symbol. You know, there's a rainbow, which signifies union. This energy is about being in harmony, being in, harmony when you're integrating or when you are exchanging energy with others. And so this is very much his energy right now, which is the burden for him, is like, how do I come into harmony? How do I come into balance? How do I become more in tune with my feminine? This is really his energy today. And that is the theme for him for this reading today. That's his theme. The theme for our feminine is, this is interesting energy, and it very much shows up in the reading. This is an energy, it's a number 50 card, which is a number 5. It's very much an energy of, change, like difficult changes. And it's difficult because the 9 of Swords clarifies this. This is about curiosity, comparisons, dissatisfaction. This is, the book even says there is this analogy. This goes with like this Little Mermaid, right? So wanting to come out of the sea and be a part of like the human world, like being a part of another world. And so this is the feminine thinking, hey, is it better for me to leave this world that I believe I'm in? And I'm curious, like, does she want to partner with other people? Does she want to work with other people? Does she want to try out a different connection, or just, abandon this? And what would it be like to be outside of this journey that she's in? But remember, this journey is not about the masculine. This is a journey of self. This is a journey of self. And number 9 here, 9 of Swords. She's got a lot of 9s. 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Okay? She's got a lot of 9s. And I really feel like 9 of Wands even, she's in this energy of, do I want to be a part of this world? I'm curious if I get out of it, what, am I going to be dissatisfied? This is also an energy of, gosh, do I even want this union with my masculine? Like the attraction of it and the appeal of it, was so great, but is this going to withstand a longer commitment? It's very interesting what she's going through. The energy of the connection is this, again, about belonging. The energy, and this is a number 2 card, which is all about partnerships, okay? So that's why I feel like, he's trying to come into union, coming into tune, coming into balance. And she's like, I want to abandon this connection because maybe this is not all it's cracked up to be, okay? So in this energy of the connection with the divine, what universe is saying here about the energy of the connection, this is about belonging, acceptance, assimilation. Okay? You cannot pretend to be something other than who you are, either one of you, right? Because you have to be who you are to be in this connection, to work as a team. 3 of Pentacles, okay? There is this enthusiasm and a desire to be accepted and to be one and to belong, but don't lose who you truly are just to belong. This is about not wearing a false mask. This is about being your true self, okay? It's interesting. This is going to be interesting. So don't get triggered as I channel these messages, and I will give you the advice for how to move forward after this. Bottom of the deck for those tarot cards there for the theme is the Fool, okay? So this could be acting foolish, Some of it also could be that we're ready to embark upon a new journey, okay? Let's go ahead and start with the energy of the divine masculine. What is happening in his outer world? Like, how is he presenting himself, okay? What's happening in his environment in general? So first card out is Page of Wands. There's this desire for communication. There's this new energy in communication, okay? So, but what happens right after that is the 8 of Cups. Like, he's looking at walking away. I said, well, what is he walking towards is what I said. He's walking away from things that don't serve him. But what is he walking to? He's walking to his destiny. He's kind of inspired, walking to his destiny. He's working hard on himself. Eight of Pentacles. But he is guarded. He is defensive. He is defensive around any love offers. He's operating on his self-love at this time. Okay? So now, what is the energy? And remember, bottom of the deck, by the way, is the Two of Swords. So in his environment, he's really not doing much other than he's going within. He's going within to learn his karmic lessons, to get this inspiration, to work on himself. But as far as love is concerned in his life at this time, he is in an energy of defensiveness, in an energy of guardedness. Okay? So, you know, it's so funny how the phone's always going off. Sorry, I'm going to mute this. Okay, so for her, the energy here, for her and her outer self, what's happening in her environment, they're very much mirroring each other a lot. Okay, I'm going to put these over here because I want to forget that I need to give you advice. Okay, in her environment, Queen of Swords. She's Queen of Swords. She's trying to be logical, but it's the shadow. I got to tell you, sorry guys. Gals, whatever. The feminine energy is in the shadow of the Queen of Swords. She's trying to be logical, but she's in her cutthroat Queen of Swords energy. And then we have Ten of Cups. She's looking for her emotional bliss, but look at how she's got her back to this Ten of Cups. She's got her back to this, all right? So what about the Ten of Cups right after that? Eight of Cups. She's walking away. She has her back to this. Look at this. Look at how it came out. The Queen of Swords has her back to the Ten of Cups. She's walking away. Walking away from this, okay? Because she's in the shadow. She's just like, this is too much pain. So I said, what is she walking towards, right? Just like I asked, what is he walking towards? He's walking towards his destiny. What is she walking to? Ace of Swords, her clarity, her truth. But it is her burden. It is a burden. Ten of Wands, and it matches his Ten of Wands. And so she's defensive. Seven of Wands matches his Seven of Wands. They're very much, you know, it's very interesting because he wants to walk towards his destiny, which I believe is absolutely his feminine, and she's very much wanting to walk away from it. She wants to walk away from her destiny, from this happiness, this Ten of Cups that she's always wanted, okay? Whether it's with her masculine or within her life in general, she's wanting to walk away, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. At her bottom of the deck, by the way, is the Tower. So his bottom of the deck was the Two of Swords, that, you know, he's really not doing much. He's going within, but she's like going through a major Tower moment. Like the universe is trying to shake this lesson into her that this is not about him. This is about you. Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting yourself. When the connection doesn't work out, that is not the end of the world. When the connection is not a vibrational match at this time, it's not the end of the world. You have to be understanding enough to know that when things are not in vibrational alignment with you at that time, that you've got to let it go. People need to come to their own conclusions at their own time. You cannot force the lesson. You cannot force the lesson on him. But the only thing you can do is make sure that you are learning the lesson. Are you learning the lesson? And right now it looks like she's not learning the lesson. Okay, because she goes back into her old behaviors. Old behaviors. So now let's go into the bottom of the deck, head, heart, and environment for the masculine and the feminine with the Psychic Tarot and the Oracle Energy deck. It's Three of Cups, Cornucopia. Number 11, number 3, right? This is very much about coming back together and having all of this, having abundance, having your wishes fulfilled. Bottom of the deck specifically for our masculine head, heart, and environment is, what is it? Where is his deck? Here we go. Okay, it is Temperance and the Three of Wands. So this is very much of, you know, healing himself, bringing things into balance so that it could be manifested, so that whatever is manifested in this connection comes from a healed state. Her bottom of the deck, head, heart, and environment, is the Magician and Four of Swords. She's just trying to manifest getting the heck out of this connection and healing herself, okay? She wants to manifest her healing now. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started with the masculine head space when he specifically thinks about his feminine. What is he thinking? We have the strength card and we have the thinking woman. This is the Queen of Swords in this deck. Okay, so when in the psychic tarot, when the power card comes out, right? This is the strength card, but it's called power in this deck. This is about having inner strength and willpower, courage, compassion, generosity, and love. So I really feel like what he's trying to do is gain the strength to deal with his Queen of Swords, the strength to approach her. I really feel like he thinks that this Queen of Swords energy at this time is probably the strongest it's ever been, the most lethal it's ever been, right? And look at how she's got her back to this card. He's like, I have to come forward in my power, in my inner strength towards my Queen of Swords. And so when we dive in deeper into his energy around what he thinking when he's thinking of her, here's what we get. We get the Sun card, right? And that comes up in her headspace too. He's trying to figure out how he can manifest success, but he also still thinks very positively of her. And this is also a card about illumination. And so I said, okay, with the Sun card, what is being illuminated? What is the success here? 10 of Cups. He knows he wants to have this life with her. She got 10 of Cups too. All right? Star card. He's also seeing this as that we need to come into a place of renewal, of healing. And he has hope. He has hope through this loss, 5 of Swords. Hope through this conflict that they can build the 10 of Cups. Again, 10 of Cups, 2 times in his headspace. I'm telling you, he's probably not showing it because she is badass shadow Queen of Swords right now, and I don't mean that as a compliment, but like maybe that was necessary. But the universe is trying to shake it out of her now. But he's very much like 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups. She's my 10 of Cups, okay? And so, he's trying to gain the strength to approach her because she is really, truly the Queen of Swords right now. And in his illumination, he knows he wants to create a life with her. He wants to create a family with her. He wants to marry her. But he's hoping that they can heal from this conflict, from this fight, from this loss, and that he can have this 10 of Cups and rebirth it. This is a judgment card. Rebirth it. But it says rebirth in this deck. He wants to have this rebirth again because he feels like it's very much over and he wants to be successful. He wants to have victory over this Queen of Cups. And I was like, okay, well, that's the only queen that didn't come up as the Queen of Cups for her. Is this third party? Like, what is the energy? So I'm going to show you. And by the way, someone said something about my pendulum, that I was moving my hand. So I don't do that. I'm a reader of integrity. So if those comments, by the way, if you're going to make those, I'll just end up hiding you from the channel. So if you can see, I'm not moving my hand. I'm asking my spirit guides and angels about this Queen of Cups energy in the divine masculine's headspace. Is this Queen of Cups our divine feminine? And front to back is always yes for me, okay? Is this a third party or karmic? Is the Queen of Cups a third party or karmic in our masculine's headspace? And left to right, right to left is a no. Okay, so there you go. So hopefully you guys saw that and the haters can just stay off my channel. Okay, I'm picking up on the Queen of Swords here. My God. Okay, so I said, what's the Queen of Cups? 10 of Swords. So this energy is he wants to have success in bringing the heart space back into his divine feminine's energy, because he does feel like one of two things. He's definitely hurt her and hurt her heart. And that is why she is in this cold energy of the Queen of Swords. And so again, he knows that he needs to come forward in his inner strength, in his inner power to actually meet this Queen of Swords energy in the feminine. And what has been illuminated in his headspace is that he knows that he wants to have success in rebirthing, recreating this Ten of Cups. He has hope. He wants healing over this conflict. And he wants to rebirth this Ten of Cups again that they were on the track for, right? I really feel like he thought they were on the road to this union, but now he wants to just victoriously get his Queen of Cups back. But that Ten of Swords tells me that he is not seeing her in the Queen of Cups energy anymore, but he wants to bring that back in her, okay? Because he's seeing her as the opposite energy, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, which is very interesting because I have heard masculine say that, because I do have masculines that I coach and read for, that, she went from like super nice to super cruel. And that's exactly the energy. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords, right? That's exactly the energy. That's exactly the energy. So now for our Divine Feminine's headspace, what do we have here? Five of Swords, storm warning. Remember, you got Five of Swords here, and she's got she is in the storm. That this is another card like the Tower. She's got the Tower everywhere, man. She's got that at the bottom of the deck for her outer energy, inner headspace, inner heart space. She's going through a major tower. So if you feminines are out there like tripping out, know that this is a little bit self-inflicted. A little self-inflicted. A lot, if I'm being really honest, a lot. So this energy of defeat is creating this storm, right? Remember, you can't lose anything that's meant for you. You cannot, and you will not. So in her headspace, she's all up in her conflict, all up in the defeat, all up in the storm, okay? So now, what is happening as we further drill down into her headspace? Okay, first card out for her headspace is the Queen of Coins. Okay, so she's trying to ground, man. She's trying to be in this energy of trying to ground, trying to focus on her empire, focus on her pentacles, and that is where she finds her strength. Very interesting that we get the strength card here with the Queen of Swords, and now the Queen of Coins is clarified by the strength card. So I said, what about the strength card? Two of Swords. That she's just kind of not engaging. She's staying in her pride, in her ego. She's trying to ground. She's trying to get through this storm. All right, she's trying to find her success, her positivity, her illumination. Sun card, just like he has the Sun with the Ten of Cups, she's got the Sun with the Nine of Pentacles. This for me is just like, hey, I just want to stay single. I'm just focused on my pentacles. I'm focused on my on my own energy. I'm not focused on him at this time. She is focused. She's fooling herself that she's not focused. She's very much in the energy of, wanting to, be in the single and fabulous Nine of Pentacles energy, ground myself while I'm in this storm. And here the Six of Coins is an energy of reciprocity, but it's clarified by the Page of Swords. And I think she's being very blunt in her headspace about where things were not reciprocal, okay? And so she's evaluating judgment, and he got judgment with the Ten of Cups. Her judgment comes out with the Queen of Wands. And this Queen of Wands, remember, I think she's really judging her masculine at this time, evaluating her masculine. What have you done for me lately, right? Like the Janet Jackson song. I just feel like she's in this energy of I'm single, I'm fabulous, I'm grounding myself, I'm staying in my strength. We are at a stalemate. We're not moving forward. I'm being honest and observant about what has been reciprocal and what has not. And I am looking at you, masculine, and I'm in my Queen of Wands energy, with or without you. And she's judging him, and she's evaluating him, and she's evaluating this connection. I said, okay, well, what about the Queen of Wands? Ace of Wands. She's evaluating a new beginning. What is her new beginning? I really feel like that. So in the heart space for the masculine, we have a balance and the broken heart. And so he's heartbroken, okay? I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like some of you are going to be like, well, he broke my heart too, blah, blah, blah. But remember, I'm not saying make excuses, because I will be the feminine that does not make excuses for anybody, not for the feminine, not for the masculine. But remember, he's going through his own storm. That is not for you to judge just because he didn't choose you at this time. Let him go through his storm just like you are going through yours. So this balance card in this deck is justice. He wants, when he thinks about her, justice over this Three of Swords. This is the broken heart, is the Three of Swords. This is conflict. This is grief. This is loss. So when justice comes out, this is really about having harmony and balance. And this is about balance in love and relationships, maybe even in career. And then when the broken heart card comes out, man, that's a number 9. This is like he's alone. Number 9 is a card of individuality, and it's about grief, and it's about loss, and it's about darkness and emptiness and tears even. Okay, and it could be, pain from a long time ago, or it could be recent pain, but this is what's happening in his heart space when he feels for his feminine. He knows he has to do things right by her. He knows that he needs to you know he knows that he needs to apologize, make things right, but he's also brokenhearted because she's not playing, man. And she shouldn't. But like I tell you guys, walk away with love, not with hate. Not with hate. So now what happens? What's he feeling in his heart space? Well, he's grief. He wants to provide justice. He wants a balance. Okay, so drilling down further into his heart space, we have the 6 of Cups. This is about nostalgia. This is about soul connections. This is about reunions. And so we've got the 6 of Cups. And what is it clarified by? Ace of Wands. Where do we get the Ace of Wands? Right here for her. He wants her back. In his heart, he wants her back. And he wants to take action as the King of Wands. Remember, the Ace of Wands clarified the Queen of Wands. He feels her leaving him. He feels, if you didn't get that energy from me, he feels her leaving. King of Wands. And so what about the King of Wands? Emperor. He's coming forward as the Emperor to take action, okay? But he's being thoughtful and methodical. He knows the same old won't work with the Queen of Swords. And so what is he doing? He's going within 2 of Swords to try to figure that out. Remember, 2 of Swords was the bottom of the deck for his outer energy. I said, what about the 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords? He needs to heal his wounds. He needs to heal his heartbreak. He needs to recover from whatever he's going through at this time, whatever pain, whatever grief, whatever loss. So when he comes forward, he doesn't come forward in his ego, okay? Because, I am feeling an energy that if he comes without thinking, then he could just be like pushy, all right? And not be in the energy of, let's correct this, right? And you can't push her when she's in this Queen of Swords energy. She won't ever allow herself to be pushed. But man, push the Queen of Swords when she has their back to the 10 of Cups, not a good idea. What's happening in her heart space? 9 of Wands, Angel of Love. Okay, so she's very wounded. She's very wounded too. He's got the 9 of Swords. She's got the 9 of Wands with the Angel of Love. She's very wounded, right? That's what's spinning her out. She's wounded about this, what's happened, okay? This is about her trying to find her inner strength, all right, to complete this journey, complete this mission. It's about trying to find that courage and discipline and stability within herself. That's why she's in her Queen of Coins energy. She's trying to find the courage and stability and patience and persistence not to give up, right? And this Angel of Love is all about these loving connections, okay? It's all about the energy of tender connections, right? This is all about love. It's all about wanting, she knows that she wants this deeper connection, but she's got her back to it. She doesn't know if she's got it within her to keep moving forward in her heart space anymore. She's just too wounded. So now in the heart space for the feminine, let's drill deeper. I had to get multiple cards because I wanted to see what was really happening with her. So in her heart space, 4 cups, she's just not open. She's like, yeah, I see the cup. I know the blessing. I know it's there. I know it's there. I know that he's my twin. I know all of this. I see it. I know it. But I just cannot get over this 3 of Cups, which is the past. And sure enough, that's what it clarified. So I said, okay, what is that 3 of Cups about? Is that third party or is that union? And this is Page of Cups, and it's about union, Page of Cups. She's just not having it. She just doesn't want to go back together with him anymore. She's got her back to the 10 of Cups. And what else in her heart space? The Moon card. She just feels like too many things are hidden. Too many things are unclear. And that brings out the Tower. I said, what's the Tower in the Moon? 6 of Wands. She just wants to successfully move forward and get out of this dark energy, this tower moment that she's in. And so here we get Six of Wands again. So what is the success? Success is over this heartbreak. Three of Swords. Remember, he's got that he's got that broken heart here. Three of Swords. Success over this wound, over this heartbreak. And she just, Ten of Swords. She just wants to end that all. She wants to end it. End the communication, and the connection, and the pain. She just wants to end it because in her heart, there's too much confusion. There's too much procrastination. There's too much chaos. And that gives her stress. Nine of Swords right here. That's why she's looking to go outside of this connection in whichever form it may be, whether it's just to abandon it completely, leave it completely, go do something else, focus on something else, go out and start dating again, whatever it is. This confusion in this connection for her in her heart space gives her too much stress. And she doesn't know if they can work together. Three of Pentacles, which is interestingly enough, the Three of Pentacles matches their connection. So a lot of this energy is driven, the connection, and her energy is driving where this connection is going. Okay? So what's happening in the environment of our masculine? So if you guys are watching this carefully, you've seen now he's got 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. Now we have the truth with rest and rejuvenation, which is the Four of Swords. When the truth energy comes out in this deck, it's all about judgment again, okay? So in his environment, he's healing, and he's wanting the truth. This is about a spiritual awakening. This is about clarity. This is about revelation of the truth, okay? And so perhaps he's seeing some truth, and now he's just resting and rejuvenating and retreating, which is what this is, right? Maybe he's seeing her walk away. Well, I know he's seeing her walk away. Maybe he's seeing her walk away potentially with somebody else or away from him in general. And that's why his heart is broken. And so that's what his truth is in his environment. And now he's like, oh my God, I need to heal this. I need to heal this because I see her leaving. And so now let's further drill down into his environment. And this is the area where I also say to Spirit, like, hey, if there's a third party, call it out, bring it out here. And there's nothing there. And that's why we saw that with the Queen of Cups. That is our feminine not being in her heart space. So first card out, Knight of Cups. You know, he's healing because he wants to come forward with his love and the truth. Knight of Swords. That love, that movement, that action brings it with it not only communication of love, but communication of truth. But he's going to communicate it as a king. What does he want to communicate? Hierophant, that I too know that there is a spiritual contract here, that I know that I need to do right by you. I know that I want this commitment with you, and that is his clarity. Ace of Swords. It's his clarity. What's the clarity? That he wants to come forward with an offer, okay? But again, it's like he goes 1, 2, 3 cards of action, and then he goes into Hermit. Then he goes into Hermit. But he's just still not ready. And that's why she's done. But, you know, you could be done in another way. He goes into Hermit. What's the Hermit about? Movement. Knight of Pentacles. 3 Knight cards in his action. It's like he knows it, he knows it, he knows it, and then he retreats. So I get it. I get the frustration, but that doesn't mean you walk away with hate, okay? Or any toxic low vibe energy. So now, feminine. What's happening in her environment? 9 of Pentacles. Man holding a heart. This is the King of Cups energy. So this is that Queen of Cups that she's done with. She kind of feels like she knows he's in his heart space. She knows that. But she's like, no, buddy, 9 of Pentacles. I am going to stay independent from you at this time. And so let's further drill down. Because remember, 9 of Pentacles came here. That's her illumination. She's just focusing on being the Queen of Pentacles. So what is happening in her environment? Page of Cups. She wants to manifest because it comes out with the Alchemist, which is the Magician. And remember, the Magician's the bottom of her deck. She wants to manifest new love, okay? She wants to manifest new love. There is this observation that is happening in her environment, perhaps of her masculine. And this is the Knight of Cups, which is here in his environment as well, which is, again, you know, a dupe, right? They're mirroring each other. So she's observing, like, maybe that she sees a little bit of movement towards her, but she also sees it get suspended. Hanged Man. And what's it clarified by the World? This is telling me she's done being stuck. She's done with the pregnancy pause. She's done with the starts and stops, and she's done. In her environment, she's done. Done. 10 of Swords, the World, like, done. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, Storm. She's just done. And so she's 2 of Wands here, clarified by the Ace of Cups, which is, I'm just kind of at this at this crossroads where I just want to love myself, which is matching him, Ace of Cups. She's just kind of wanting to love herself, wants to abandon the connection, wants to abandon him and the pain that has to do with him. And she's just in the shadow energy of the Queen of Swords right now. Listen, I get it. Before you guys comment anything and say anything, I get it. I totally get it. But I tell you, you get nowhere with that low vibrational energy. You've got to be in this energy of love of yourself, which is that Ace of Cups, and then walk away. Okay? What's happening in the connection? Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. This is her. This is our feminine. This is just like her final Ten of Wands. Like, just my back is breaking over this connection. She's just done. So what's happening in the connection? Page of Coins, Princess of Coins. There is this offer that creates stress, okay, or this desire to make an offer that is creating stress. Remember, she's the one who's stressed, okay? He's stressed out too, Nine of Swords, but he's kind of pulling away and not coming forward with his offer, okay? And so we have this Ten of Cups, which is this desire to come into this union. She's got it, he's got it 2 times, but it's been sabotaged. Seven of Swords. I said, is it sabotage by third party? Like, what's the sabotage? Justice, that this needs to be balanced out in order for us to get back on the track of union again. Remember, in his heart space, he has justice. He needs to bring this into balance, okay? King of Cups, our masculine, making an offer. Page of Cups. See, she kind of knows it's coming, but she's very guarded against it because there's conflict. Five of Wands. The conflict is, are we going to be able to work as a team? Which is exactly what she has here. Three of Pentacles. And then this destiny, this destined connection is stuck. Hanged Man. Okay? And this new beginning, the energy is here for it, just like we had at the very beginning. This is why I love the way Spirit does that, because the first deck I used was this one, and the bottom of the deck is the Fool. But it comes out with the Six of Pentacles. Like, there needs to be a new beginning, a new journey, but one that is reciprocal, because otherwise we cannot have it any other way. All right, what is the guidance for our feminine? Sense of humor. Things are getting way too serious and way too painful for the feminine. Have a sense of humor, feminine. Thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I'm willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. That's what she needs. Laugh a little, laugh a little, laugh a little at the universe about how you guys are mirroring each other so much. Okay? She's the runner at this point. She's running. Not that he's chasing her, but she's running away before he can even come after her. What's the guidance for the masculine? Eternal love. Help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving and experiencing and giving love. This is about feeling safe. He doesn't feel very safe with the shadow Queen of Swords. So he's trying to be the emperor. He's trying to be in his strength. He's trying to come forward to see how he can come forward. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just reading the energy. He's trying to feel safe. The feminine has not created a safe place at this time. Not that she needs to. Create your own safe place first. Okay? What is the advice for the connection, for the couple? A favorable outcome. Thank you for the beautiful outcome to the situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. There will be a favorable outcome to the connection. I don't know if that means union at this time. I really don't, because it's a hot mess. But you've got to heal. Feminine's got to heal this energy because it's taking the connection down a different part of that connection lattice that I talk about. And so we're a little off to the right, not necessarily moving up. We're just getting further and further on the right. So spend this time healing, having a sense of humor, and loving yourself, okay? I hope this resonated. And if you want to book your own personal reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. Bye.